Hello, it's Joe here from Fun Kids. I'm in the kitchen, gonna get my bake on today because I have Cathryn Dresser's new cookbook, Let's Bake, and Cat is joining me in the kitchen because you're gonna show me one of the recipes. So what are we gonna be doing today, Cat?
We're going to make a white rabbit cake, which is basically a delicious version of a carrot cake. So the first thing we need is 300 millilitres of oil, sunflower oil in this case. We need a large mixing bowl.
Brilliant stuff.
That's where our whole mixture is going to be made. So just chuck that in. And 400 grams of soft light brown sugar.
Lovely, so that's all gone straight in.
Really with this, you just want to combine it, and soft light brown sugar can be quite lumpy, so you just want to break out the lumps and mix it so it's nice and smooth.
It's pretty sticky, so you have to get into it, so I'm going to go for it.
You do, you need some strong arms for that.
Amazing.
I'm going to chuck the eggs in, are you ready?
Let's go for it, go on.
Okay.
Put them in. Lovely, so
straight in, just
they're
like
in
that.
now. So at the moment it's a nice brown gloopy sticky mess, and
that's what we want though, that's right, that's what we're looking for.
Lovely.
You're doing a great job, you're working hard.
It's a good workout.
It is.
Build up nice and strong muscles doing this for a while. There we go.
That's good. And then this is the 400 grams of grated carrot. I've peeled and grated that, and that just all goes straight in as well, just chucked in. So this is plain flour.
Okay.
350 grams, and literally you're still going, you're just literally, I'm making you do all the hard work.
I know, exactly. No, but it's just as easy as that. You literally throw the ingredients in
and mix it together.
And you're putting them together. Amazing.
And I'm going to add these as well. This is your ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg and baking powder. I'm going to take the whisk off you.
Absolutely.
And then I'm going to go just around the edge of the bowl. Whether you can see it gets all a bit sticky around the edge, so I'm going to go around the edge with a spatula, just bring the last bit of flour and spice down into the middle of the bowl. That's done. And the great thing about having the oil and things in this cake means it's lovely and moist without you having some cakes, this has been chuck it all in and mix it up. You'd have to work quite hard to get lots of air into it by beating your sugar and your butter together first. But with this, it's so simple, you chuck it in and mix it up and you're done.
So simple, even I can make it.
There you go.
Perfect. So what is the next step?
So I've got 2 greased and lined 20 centimetre sandwich tins.
Okay.
And this goes in there. And I've also preheated my oven already to a 160-degree fan. So I'm just going to divide this between the 2 tins, smooth it out a little, and then they're going to be ready for the oven. And
I guess that they just need about the same amount in each tin?
Yes, if you were really fancy, you could pop your tin on the scales and measure so you've got exactly half in each, but
we're not going to do that today.
No, we're not.
We're going to plop it straight in.
Exactly.
And then get that in the oven. Wow.
This will probably take about 35 minutes to cook, but do you know, all ovens are a little different, so you need to check it at that time, and then it might need an extra 5 minutes. You'll have to test it and see.
Brilliant stuff. So they are now oven ready, I'm guessing.
Ready for the oven.
Perfect.
Exactly. Let's put them in.
Absolutely.
And we're lucky, we've got enough room to put them on the same shelf, which means they're going to cook nice and evenly.
Absolutely magic.
There you go.
So that is now in the oven. So how long are they in for?
About 35 minutes, I'm going to check it.
Perfect. So whilst those are cooking away in the oven, I guess that we can get on with making the
icing.
The icing.
The good bit.
The sweet bit.
And so
Love
for
it.
this, it's a white chocolate icing. White chocolate and sour cream.
Absolutely.
Sounds good.
Sour cream with chocolate?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Serious.
How's that going to work?
Well, on carrot cakes quite often they have a cream cheese frosting, and cream cheese has got a little bit of a sour flavour which goes really nicely with a sweet cake. So instead of cream cheese we're doing sour cream, and it's delicious.
Brilliant.
So we've got a lot of chocolate, and that's
have.
melting away with 150 grams of butter. But you need to, because it's white chocolate, you need to melt it really slowly.
Okay.
Otherwise it will split. So we're just going to kind of let that do its thing.
And I guess that that's why it's on the hot water, and rather than, you know, putting it in the microwave or in the oven, it just does the job for you.
Yeah, it heats it really gently, and you want to make sure that the water doesn't touch the bottom of the bowl, and that it's not boiling away, just gently simmering so that the heat gently melts the chocolate and the butter together.
I've not done a lot of baking before, but using this book, would I actually be able to have a go at some of these recipes?
With this book, and with all of the step-by-step photos and tips, you could do any of them, I promise you. It's there's so much to help you and guide you through, and there's at the front where tricky bits are explained, so there's not lots of words that you won't understand. And there's a whole range of recipes, sweet and savoury, from really quick and really simple to stuff that is a little bit more challenging, I suppose.
Amazing. So it's good for everyone to have a go, no matter what sort of level you're at.
Exactly, definitely.
So the chocolate and butter has now melted and we've left that to cool for a bit, but what is the next step?
So we need our sour cream and our caster sugar. We just mix those together with a whisk. Really all we want to do is for the sugar to dissolve a little bit and for the sour cream to become a little bit fluffy, but you don't want to mix it too much or it'll become runny.
Okay, so a little bit but not too heavy with the whisking. It looks really fluffy. It looks
and the sugar's just starting to dissolve, and because our butter and chocolate has cooled to kind of room temperature, so you want to be able to touch the bowl and it not feel warm anymore.
Okay.
And then we're just going to chuck this in.
This looks good enough to eat now.
Yeah, this is good stuff. And actually this is a nice frosting. You could make this for cupcakes or just for an ordinary plain sponge cake. It's a good recipe to have. And then we just literally mix this together.
Okay. Nothing too technical, just stirring it in.
Just stirring it in. I'm just doing it quite gently because white chocolate can be a little bit temperamental and I don't want it to split. But no, you just chuck it in, mix it up so it's all combined, and it's really runny now. But I'm going to put it in the fridge, and it will firm up and be a lovely sort of spreading consistency for decorating the cake.
Cool. And how long do you think it will need in the fridge to set and to be the sort of consistency that we need?
Probably about half an hour. So
Okay.
it should be, by the time our cakes have come out of the oven and have cooled completely, it should be ready.
Perfect timing, great stuff. So our cake has baked, it's cooled down. I think it's time and ready to decorate.
It is. We've got our icing here, which has also come out the fridge, and it's just the right, you can see how it's really firmed up now, and it's just the perfect consistency for icing the cake.
Perfect, it's not liquidy, so it's not gonna run everywhere, and it's not
Exactly.
too hard, so you can do some decorating.
Exactly. So a good tip, I've got the plate here that I'm going to serve it on. You could do it on a cake stand, or you could do it on a big plate, or just an ordinary plate like this is good. And I do a tiny little blob just in the middle of the plate, which is going to keep the cake still and stop it from you walking and you want to present it, ta-da, you don't want it swishing side to side on the plate,
Cool.
so that's just going to keep it there.
It's a little bit of glue then, really, to hold the cake together in a way.
Exactly.
Perfect.
So we just want our first layer. I'm just literally popping it on the top. Shall I let you do this?
Oh, let's give it a go.
Come on.
Right, so here we go.
So start with a big blob of icing right in the middle.
A big dollop, I can do that. So that's on there like that. Do we need some more?
Tiny bit more, yeah.
A little bit
Be
more.
generous.
Cool. I love loads of icing on my cakes.
And then you can use a spatula, you could use a palette knife, or you could even use just an ordinary knife for this. Just spread it all over, just up to
Cool.
the edges. So then with the next layer, I'm keeping what was the bottom of the cake is now going to become the top of the cake because it's nice and flat.
Flipping it over and reversing it.
Exactly.
And
And then our little bunnies can be able to stand without toppling over.
oh, lovely.
So we're just going to take that layer as well and just pop it on the top and give it a bit of a sandwich together. Now, this icing that we've got left is going to go on the top. We're going to pile the whole lot on the top.
Wow.
Spread it, and we're going to take it down over the sides. So then we're going to cover the whole thing in this delicious icing.
So I can get all of this then
You can.
and literally just pour it on top.
You can.
Wow, here we go.
Next is the best step. Just get those bunnies on the top, basically. Put them on however you like.
Oh.
And like I said, you can use some sprinkles if you want to, or you could sprinkle a bit of cinnamon on the top. But today, we're just going to go white bunny crazy.
Perfect. Well,
I'm gonna let you do
thinking-
that.
Thank you. We'll get the creative juices flowing. I think first of all, we've got to pop one right in the middle there. Just to remember that that was the first one. And I'm guessing we don't want to push it down too much. Just
No, just here, his little feet just going to sink into the frosting. And he's happy.
perfect. Here we go. So there we have it, the White Rabbit carrot cake. It looks absolutely delicious and I cannot wait to tuck into some. And you can check out this recipe and even more in Kat's book, Let's Bake, which is available now.